Welcome to SONI IRABOR Live. What they call hypertension. It don't they knock for my chest. Bing, 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 bing. I said, well, he's a filmmaker. Maybe he's already thinking and plotting and screenplaying all over the place. But this is politics. And Desmond Elliot, our main man, Mr. Nollywood, Mr. Politics, is in the studio with me. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, Uncle Sonny. So good to see you. Happy Sunday.
Really nice to see you, man. You're looking fresh.
Wow.
And taller than I knew you to be those days.
Well, what can I say? We thank God.
We also have Dr. Boniface Chizie, whom I'm going to link up with very soon. But while we are doing that, because he's going to give an analysis of the goings on in Nigeria, especially financially.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've been told that the Naira has been changed in design, and the designed ones, which is the new one, is not readily available and it's not in common supply.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one. Number two is the fact that politicians have been accused in many ways of trying to buy votes. I don't know. I don't know how it is, and I'm not trying to be anything of holier than thou or anything of the sort. But what I would like to ask you, Desmond, while we try to get with Dr. Boniface Chizie, is how are you preparing for February 25?
Well, okay, so firstly, thank you very much, Uncle Sonny, for the invite. As you know, I am Desmond and also running for a seat at the Lagos State House of Assembly.
Okay.
By the grace of God, this will be my third trial. And
when you say trial, didn't you make it the first time?
well, so every election is a trial, you
Okay.
know, because you never can tell. But in this case, by the grace of, that's why I say by the grace of God, we'll win again. So, and that's not till March 11th, the 11th.
Okay,
Yes.
that's yours.
That's mine. So for the 25th is for the presidential, the Senate, and the House of Representatives.
How do you look at all of these, the goings on around the country, the comedies of error? You know, I say it that way because I'm just borrowing Shakespeare's phrase. Do you think the Nigerian nation is prepared for what is, you know, confronting it right now?
So I'm excited, very excited over what's happening, and excited over the fact that people are becoming very aware. So you're now putting to charge every politician. Every politician realizes that once you're in office, you must do the service that you've sworn an oath to do. So for everyone, you must be prepared when you're going into office. I probably may not like every reaction to what a politician does, but at the end of the day, I think at some point we'll all find our water. Everything is to the extreme right now.
As you say, water go find a level.
It will definitely get there. You know, it's an early process for so many people, especially so many Nigerians that are becoming politically aware. You must understand that politics in itself is a game, and it's not.
What kind of game are you looking at?
So it's not a game of hatred. It's a game that leads to a lasting result, which is if you follow an ideology, you must go through with it and follow suit. You know, so it's an ideology that people try to sell out to people. You know, we're probably not so mature here in this in our climb to take everything towards ideology, but that does not stop the fact that some of us have aligned with certain people. Like for me, aligning with Asiwaju because I believe in his ideology.
Okay.
You understand? So that's how it is, and to a whole lot of people as well.
But you also understand that there are at least 18 registered presidential candidates.
That's correct.
Out of which maybe 4 or 5 parties are in the forefront.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, APC is one, PDP is another, Labour is another, NNPP is another.
That's correct.
And I think NDC or ADC. Well,
if we're thinking about it, then it's not a front runner.
Well, when we look at it and the way things have gone,
Yes, sir.
with all the battles, there's been a thorough strength of movement. Peter Obi's movement, for example, the youths have been very, very solidly behind Peter Obi. Now, Atiku, PDP, also has his own followership. APC, 𝐜𝐨𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐜 has its own followership. Well, understandably, you are a member of the House of Lagos State House of Assembly, so you definitely understand where you belong.
Exactly.
But look at the whole nation and the goings on right now.
Yeah.
What do you think is wrong with Nigeria?
So basically, we've had the problem of leadership. We've had what I call a disconnect between people and government. And that, and I'm speaking in general terms. I'm not just
Yes.
speaking about a particular state.
Yes.
And when there's distrust between government and people, it leads to the kind of situation that we have today. So what the solution to these kind of situations are every candidate sell your ideas. Let
Okay.
people understand your ideas.
Okay.
I haven't seen much of that. I haven't seen much of that in this dispensation. Instead, I'm seeing the sensational part of everything. And I'm a bit disturbed because I'm like, okay, we are looking for the new Nigeria. Why not allow everyone's antecedents speak for themselves? You know, for you to aspire to be a president of a country, I mean, a great country like Nigeria, you must have told us, these are the things I have done. These are my reasons for saying, give me your power.
I think many of them, well, the first four seem to be on that level of testimonials, things that they have done.
So if we go through that route, or if we go through that route, then we are speaking.
Okay, you are speaking American. And
Now I'm now
English
coming
now.
to SONI IRABOR English. So if we go through that route, then we are looking. I mean, it goes without saying, and I'm not talking about you talking about today he's standing up, tomorrow he's flying, tomorrow he's not flying this way. We are looking at your past records. How can these speak for themselves? How does that resonate with the average Nigerian? How can you transform these things into reality? Going by how? Are you strong enough? Now, we need a president for today who can challenge the status quo. Who can
What is the status quo?
Uncle Sonny.
Sir.
Uncle Sonny.
Yeah, who can challenge the status
firstly,
quo? Yeah.
In Nigeria today, you cannot get by without knowing somebody. You cannot get by. You can't get anything done. You can't get most things done without knowing someone. You have to be connected. For some reason, you need to take that connection. I mean, there's no place around the world where you don't need connections, obviously. But when it gets to the magnitude of everything you do, you must know somebody. Then that's a problem. That's a huge problem. Now, this, and in selling, for instance, my own candidate, I will sell the idea that he's a detribalized Nigerian. He's someone who doesn't care where you're from, who you are, as long as you have the intellect, you have the capability to handle it, then
But
you go.
You also know the counterpart person that will be, you're talking about Tinubu now.
I am talking about Bola Ahmed
Tinubu. Then there's Atiku, who would also say he's been married to different Nigerians, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, and also he claimed detribalized as well. So also Peter Obi, okay, yeah, he's been a governor in one state,
Yeah.
and he's also sold his testimonials along that line.
Okay, so
But he's also been
what has your being married to these people done to the progress of your immediate people and to the nation?
I wish I could answer for him.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I can answer for the person I can speak for. So what has your being a governor done to the people 20 years later, 18 years later? How has that impacted on the people? That's what you will ask. You see, it's one thing to be a ruler, it's one thing to be a leader. Nigeria needs a leader. Nigeria needs someone. Now, I can tell you that this man got in 1999. I can tell you what happened before, 20 years before 1999. I can tell you what happened 20 years after 1999. I can tell you about his relevance.
But you can also agree with the fact that he sponsored a government that became not that popular, APC.
He was a part in terms of the fact that the nation was going through a hellish period with the PDP.
As it was then known.
With the PDP.
Yeah, I mean,
it was going
hellish as it was then known.
Well,
then it became hellier than hellish here.
Well, at the end of the day, he says, look, we want something different. This is it. Now he's saying, okay, we gave you something different. I am bringing myself. Look at what I have done. Use Lagos State. Use my antecedents.
As a governor.
As a governor.
Same with Peter Obi as a governor.
Good. Now, look at my Lagos State today. And look at any other state. You see, I don't like talking about other people because I think elections and campaigning should be about selling your candidate and telling me why your candidate is the best, not even better than the other. And the reason is he's, and I'm not going to say it in a rude manner to come off as being rude. But the truth is, when you look at it, you look at what's on ground and you look at the achievements and the fact that the developmental goals of Lagos State far outweighs what you can find anywhere else in Nigeria.
Agreed. What was Lagos before 1999?
Oh, Uncle Sonny, you were here.
Well, I've been here since
It was
62.
so good. It was so good that we praised Buba Marwa when Buba Marwa came.
Yeah.
Remember, he brought something that looked like a sign of relief. A sigh of relief when he came. But this man, what we're talking about, someone who brought a transformational goal to the game, and not just that, made sure there was consistency, and the state is in continuum. In other words, there is a developmental plan. We have a review of the developmental plans, and these are the things. I can tell you what we intend to achieve in the next 10 years. I can tell you what we intend to achieve in the next 15 years, because it's in continuum. It's the progress of the state. Now, certainly we cannot guarantee the number of people that will come into this island called Lagos, because that should also be factored in.
Okay, but you also understand the fact that Lagos is a quote and unquote those days no man's land.
Well, at the end of the day, call it no man's land, call it one man's land. The important thing is the leadership has been consistent.
Okay.
And they've been doing the best they can, given the resources, given the circumstances. You might want to say, oh, they said this is the worst nation, the worst whatever. Lagos is still the 5th best economy as far as Africa is concerned. And you deal with it in countries. So this is a state, a little state, that's outperformed. Now, tell me what a Bola Tinubu believes in. Bola Tinubu believes in devolution of powers. He's saying decentralize the center. He's saying everything is coming too much to the center. Break it down. Build regional places. Build your regions. Build your states. Build it from the ground up, not from the up down. You understand? So empower every state. What is Benue State doing, not producing all the apples and all the fruits and everything we want in this country? Give them everything they need to build it. And then they begin to pay back to the federal government. The federal government has no business with dealing with certain things that states should be handling. And that is devolving powers. All that big restructuring we hear about is making sure. Why is Lagos State right now not having all the ferries going through the waters and making it beautiful? These are the things that we will deal with, coming this time.
Okay, at the risk of allowing you to campaign, because it's now 6 days to election time.
Yes.
Let me ask one question that has bothered me, and I think a lot of other people. A lot of video footage has shown how very unwell your principal is. And it's gone to the point of, medical analysis and analytics. How will you want to place that? How can that help in determining the fruitfulness of this effort? Okay,
so this is how I'll put it. Because when I came into politics, one thing I wanted to build my own on is honesty.
Honesty. Okay, good.
Honesty is so important in this game. I call it a game all the time, because when I say something is a game, then you don't play too much like it's a life or is a do or die affair.
Fair, yeah.
You understand? So we call it a game. Now, this is a man you say is sick. This is the man that every day has been campaigning. It only took a week off or thereabout. I can't. So let me not misquote. It took some time off, came back, and has not stopped since then. Uncle Sonny, if you've ever been to rallies and campaigns, you will know how tedious. I'm just in my late 40s, and I know how painful it is just to go around. And this man, who has been adjudged to be sick, goes around every day, campaigning, doing events, having town hall meetings, talking, and then he's still strong. As a matter of fact, even getting better, getting stronger, looking fresher. So I think that is no contest. And he has said he's not here for WWE. For instance, I'm a huge fan of WWE.
What's WWE?
Okay, that's World Wrestling Entertainment. Okay. So I'm a huge fan. Every 2 a.m. Monday mornings, I'm watching. Tuesday mornings, I'm watching Raw. Saturday mornings, 2 a.m., I'm watching SmackDown. So I'm a huge fan. Yesterday, again, I just watched
Meanwhile, you don't
Elimination Chamber. I know, but this is a relief thing for me. So, Ashiwaju say this is not a wrestling game. If it's wrestling, you're going to look for Roman Reigns or Sami Zayn to come and do it. But he's saying this is thinking and doing, and it's the truth. Now, look at Lagos State, and I'm so excited because you find out that even though it's not law, this is a man who not only made sure autonomy for the assembly and for the legislative house came as at when due, even way before. This is like 15, 20 years before we started talking about it today. He also made sure that in most parastatals in Lagos State, from LASMA, LASEPA, call them, they're all youth. They're all young people there. You know, you're talking about LASEPA Dolakbo, young lady. Loma I think is about 42.
No, the way you're presenting this now, let Lagos State remain Lagos State.
No, I'm giving you an instance. That's why I said.
Yes.
That's why I said you will have to look at his antecedents to be able to say if this is a man who believes in this, then inversely or conversely, he's going to do that. You know, so if you just give me somebody and say you saved money, hello, you saved money, and then 20 years later, the saving of the money, what has that done or impacted in the lives of people? So I'm coming. What are the investment plans you've done? So you can look at, I'm not even asking you to make it in the scale of Lagos. Do it in your little scale and tell me these are the people that have benefited from saving this money.
Okay, you do
For
agree.
instance.
Lagos, as I said, is no man's land, in quote. I'm not trying to push
It's relative, sir. So
yes,
I won't argue with that. I don't want us to
said
get
in
with
quote. But I'm trying to say that the Dangotes of this world,
yes,
the 𝐒𝐭𝐴Zs of this world, the Igbos, the Hausas, the Yorubas, they all make Lagos what it is from business angle, right? And that moves on.
Yes.
Even to the point where, yes, okay, granted, there was an Igbo man in government in Lagos State, I think Fashola's time.
You mean in government? Every government, there's always other indigenes. Always a non-Yoruba people.
Yeah.
Person there.
So what I'm trying to say, therefore, is the spirit of Nigeria should prevail.
Exactly.
Especially when Lagos was a federal capital before, up till 1991 here. So it goes without saying that should in any way leverage Lagos above every other.
Which is the reason I'm saying let's not talk about the capacity at which Lagos is performing. If you want to say it was a former federal capital. And don't forget, from 91 to 99, what was the level of development? Juxtapose that with 99 to 9 years after, 10 years after, 15 years after. Look at the levels of development. This is what I'm saying. It goes out to show that when you think, you act. When you act, you show it. Now you go through. Let's not talk about the multitude of developments. And Lagos also has been open enough to embrace everybody, be you northerner, easterner, which is beautiful. It shows the cosmopolitan nature of not just the people who govern Lagos, but the people who live in Lagos.
Okay.
You know?
Right. Let's look at now, because the callers will start coming in in another 8 minutes, phone calls will come. Let's look at the whole country and look at what's been going on lately. Fuel scarcity, naira scarcity, everything is suddenly staring us in the face as if nothing is working. Yeah. You, now as an individual politician, what do you see is happening, and what do you think is the solution?
So firstly, let's take the political part out of me.
Okay.
And let's talk about me as a Nigerian. It's
Good.
heartbreaking.
Okay.
It's, I mean, you have sleepless nights thinking about these things every day, and you're wondering what, like, short of swearing, what's
Thank God you
going
didn't.
on?
Yeah.
You know, like, come on, guys, what's going on? So I am shocked, and it has left me with no other reason than to follow what my principal has said, that there is a conspiracy, and it's so evident. And I am so happy that this is happening now, so people realize that, listen, why are you intentionally frustrating a system? Is there something you don't want to say?
Was there anything wrong with the banking system before now?
So I don't think the banking system was equipped for the kind of pressure it got now.
Okay.
And
is it proper for people for individuals to store money in their houses?
Okay, so I like the policy.
Okay.
Because I feel Nigeria moving into a more cosmopolitan society, or let's say Lagos, for instance.
Okay.
Since I'm Lagos State, for instance, we should start trading in virtual currencies. You understand? But that's not to say you shouldn't have your money. It's your own choice. It's your right.
No, but the banking system is there.
So the banking system, like I said, I'm not sure was ready for the kind of pressure it got, because it's a system that has grown over the years, but I'm not sure was ready for the pressure it got. And trying to point accusing fingers at the banks rather than...
No, I haven't. I'm asking questions.
Okay, so I'm saying the people who have pointed the accusing fingers at the banks,
Okay.
saying it's their fault. When they said deposit money, nobody was complaining that banks were not receiving money.
Okay.
Nobody. They were not complaining. So why is it that now you are asking for the money? Bank is saying there is no money to give you, or we have to give this amount. So I think there is a sort of disconnect within that. But let's face the facts.
On
where the fact is.
On whose side is the disconnect?
So I will hit it straight from what I see. First and foremost is you have a policy, and no matter what your intentions were, I think the timing was not appropriate for that policy to have been implemented. I felt if you had done this a year before, that would have given longevity to the time at which demand and supply could have evened out itself. But now you're doing this because you feel politicians, or this politician or that politician, is not going to be able to buy votes, and that singular reason people should die. I'm thinking, hey, that's a bit too far for me. So this is my own personal opinion. I'm not speaking from anybody's point of view, other than the fact that I feel that as a Nigerian, you deserve, especially with the excited feeling that everyone has today about the elections that are coming up in a week's time or less than a week's time, that you make people...
It's actually 6 days.
Yes, you make people even more relaxed. You make people, over drinks, discuss their different views and the hope for a new nation. And every day, Uncle Sonny, that's my dream, where we'll all sit down having opposing ideas, different ideas, and we think this is how we think we can take the country forward and look at it in a brighter light. But these distractions, I don't think are necessary at this time, you know. And my principal, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has said it, you know. And a word is enough for the wise. You can't keep lingering and keep talking about it. He said, listen, there's something not right here. So it's left for we Nigerians to judge and say, wait a minute, something isn't right here. These are times where you even dash, you want to do election and it's your party. you will do so much dashing of stupid things, excuse my French, just nonsensical things. Give them these people be like, you want to buy vote, you want to buy vote with this, you want to do this. None of that is happening. None of that is happening this time around.
Okay, the phones are blurring, and I just want to manage this whole situation very carefully. And I must really commend your stout staminal strength of character and response to my questions.
Thank you, Uncle Sam.
Right. So the phones are all open, lines are open to already ringing. But let me call the number for the sake of keeping the record straight. 0700 923 923 923. Lines are blurring. I'll say it again. 0700 923 923 923. Desmond Elliot is on the line with us. Well, in the studio with us. And hello, we have a caller. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Peter from Ikorodu.
Okay.
Your guest does not answer your question. Before 1999, there is water, pipe water in Lagos. There is water house at 𝐜𝐍𝐬𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐜𝐭𝐚𝐲. Presently, after 24 years, there is no water. Now, before 1999, all the contracts in Lagos, when it's awarded, we know the price. When they completed the project, we know the price at which the project was being constructed. Presently, there is nothing like that. The BRT, they say it's Lagos State. We don't know the ownership. Are they making profit? When they make profit, what are they using with the profit? Who is the owner?
Okay.
The transformation in Lagos, is it comparable with the amount of revenue generation in Lagos?
Okay. Right. So
They are comparing it with Lagos State, every Africa.
yes, thank you.
Lagos is generating revenue, which more than 15 states in Lagos cannot generate.
Okay. Thank you very much. Should I take another one?
I could only, yes, another one, but I could
Okay,
only
hello?
remember two things he said. I'm trying.
There was no water before.
I know water,
Then-
BRT.
BRT, and revenue generation. He said what Lagos is getting is it everything that goes to Lagos purse? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, SONI IRABOR live.
Yeah, my name is Fred. I'm calling you from 𝐒𝐭𝐴𝐺.
Okay.
Well, it's good to hear the voice of my hero. Desmond. I'm a big fan.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
I appreciate it, sir.
So I want to ask you, can you tell us now that Nigerian life is better now under their party than it were in 2015?
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Want to respond to these two before we take another?
Okay, yes, sir. Okay, so firstly, he that's why I requested for something to
Yes.
write. I needed to listen. So he talked about pre-1999.
Yes.
Okay, so most of the pre-1999 was a military regime. So the kind of accountability he's
But
talking
there was
about.
also Jakonde
He
time.
talked from. I thought he was talking from 91
to
to
99.
99.
Yeah, yes, sorry. You're
Yes,
right,
that's why. So that was majorly, predominantly. I think it was just Otedola's time,
Yeah.
one term.
Yes.
That was
Different.
Different, yes. And accountability, you can't even compare. That's a military regime, and this is this. On the issue of water, so gladly enough, I thank God, I'm the House Committee Chairman on the environment,
Okay.
and it's been, and of which Water Corporation is under, and my purview, and I have been able to see the gross challenges that that has happened now, especially in terms of water that he talked about. Just last month and November, we've gone to see what Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu has done in terms of revitalizing and making sure that water goes around.
Okay.
So we've gone in our oversight function. I said in the last month and 2 months, they've started the work. We intend going again towards the end of the month or early March to see how far. This is now supposed to revive a lot of 𝐼𝐍𝐿 and 𝐸𝐺𝐿 water works that's currently in existence. There's another 𝐼𝐍𝐿 project too that is currently going on, but it's still at the civil engineering stage.
Okay.
So, but in terms of water, I know in the nearest future, and I think Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu is doing exceedingly well and fast tracking in trying to make sure that water gets to Nigerians.
Is it because of political?
Oh, no.
See, because the point is,
He started
when some
this
of
way
these
before
things-
then.
Some of these things are coinciding with change of government, electioneering
No.
period. You know,
For him, he's always calculated his time in days. So he doesn't look at it like it's going in a year's time. I'm not in his cabinet, I'm in the legislature. But I know, because when I see the amount of resources being now put into revitalizing Iju Water Works at 𝐜𝐭𝐴, and making sure that all these, and even the Ogun River, making sure that all these systems are working, is not it must end before elections. So it's carrying on. So in March, we'll go look at the progress, take our report to the floor of the House, and say, oh, government still needs to do more work, or this and that. So in the water, I can understand the challenge. We're trying to also see how those mini water works and micro water works can also work independently of the of those major ones. So those are all in the pipeline. And I think this year, I'm very sure this year, we'll have water covering at least a great percentage of Lagos State. And I'm speaking about old Lagos. When I mean old Lagos, I'm talking of the
where the pipe-borne waters were
already
originally
put,
laid.
yes. You know, that I can really speak for. Every other thing, I think Lagos, I don't know how much openness is asking for, but if you need more openness, there are places to go to ask for how much is this contract, what is it for, the right places to go to ask for it. Even if you come to the House of Assembly, whatever they want to do, they always bring it there. You can ask. You can ask your representatives when they do town hall meetings, you know, like I do myself and the speaker, because all right, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, we always do our town hall meetings regularly with our people. Come ask.
That's Gbajabiamila,
The speaker of the
House of Reps.
House of Representatives.
And you are with Assembly.
I'm with the State House of Assembly. So we are in the same constituency. And then we do our regular town hall meetings. We meet with our people. So you can ask the questions to your representatives if you have on a particular contract, or whatever contracts you want to know what it is, and even the development. I mean, I've gone for meetings where they asked me, what is Lagos State developmental plan? You know, and
How did you answer that?
I was stunned at first when she asked the question. So I had to go get the developmental plan.
Okay.
You know, I had to go get the developmental plan. And then I have to not only do that, know our MTEF, our medium term expenditure framework.
Okay, that's MTEF. Okay.
Yes, just to be sure that we are moving towards our developmental
Let me
plan.
ask you,
Yes.
because I have a lot of callers blaring, and
Sorry, Fred asked a question about the life.
yes,
If the life is better. So, firstly, whether we like it or not, all across the world, life is not better for anybody. First and foremost.
so what's
let's put
leadership
it-
trying to do to
Now, good.
work on that?
So it's now a question of what has leadership done in this aspect, in that aspect, in the area of revenue generation. What has leadership done? Are they found wanting? Have they been average enough? What has happened? Because the kind of issues we go through here as a developing country, a lot of other developing countries go through them. That is no excuse, sir.
Okay.
That's no
I was
excuse,
just
please.
wondering, yeah.
No. I'm coming, sir.
Right.
Like I said, that is no excuse. Given the resources we have in this country, that is no excuse. You know, I feel that we are too blessed a nation to be counting ourselves among developing countries. Personally,
Yeah.
that's my personal opinion. And now we are saying we have a renewed hope. Why? Why are you saying renewed hope? Because these are the things he's done in this micro Nigeria.
The beauty of this whole talk is that this is a marketplace, as it were, right now.
Thank
On
you.
the 25th of February,
Yes.
there will be a deciding factor where people will speak their minds through the ballot.
Yes.
Let me take more calls. 6 are blaring. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, we've lost that. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Yes. Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Yes. How are you?
Good afternoon, Mr. Song. Yes, my name is Samaga.
Your name is what?
Samaga.
Samaga. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Okay, I have a question for Desmond.
Yes.
I'm concerned about his principle, his relationship with the media. His spokespeople say the media, the entire Nigerian media, is biased against him. And he himself is saying that the media wants to make money out of him. So, if he becomes president, I wonder what he's going to do with this same media. Is he going to try to suppress them or guard them, or is he going to ignore them like he's already doing? I would like to know what his relationship will be with the media, because the way I see
Okay, so the long and short of it is his relationship with the media.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, all right, yes.
Okay, so firstly, let me state here that I'm not here on the campaign office, like from the campaign committee. I'm not here to represent the campaign committee. Do you understand?
So their responsibility is different.
So my point is, whatever I say is me, Desmond, as a person, a politician, and a member of the APC, also speaking on behalf of my principal personally. So it's not because they've asked me to go talk about anything here. Now, this is my perception. First and foremost, my principal, 𝐈𝐍𝐻 Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is a progressive, is an astute Democrat to the letter. He would not do what is against the law. So if there is leverage to say, or if it was in the law that you must attend to the media, then he sees it as a law. He must. But he has said it. That, listen, at this point in time, he feels, now let me break it in my little understanding, in the way I understand it. I feel that the people that I need to reach out to may not necessarily be everybody in the media. I have people down there that I really need to reach out to.
Yeah, but as a principal presidential candidate, it is his onus and duty to appear before a debate, for example, which is a primary assignment.
Yes. So, like I said, it is yes, I agree. Which he has done, for instance, in one place or two places. For instance, the one with the NE, I just saw that on YouTube, and I listened to it with the lady doctor who was interviewing him. I think they had 4 candidates there. Okay. And, if he feels comfortable that this will be unbiased, I think he will do it. If he feels it's biased, and I think he has his right to feel if it's biased or not. Okay. So does every other candidate. If you feel you do, I don't think I'm comfortable being in this place at this time. He knows the consequences of the pros and cons, but his relationship with the media, I think, will be fantastic. I think it's someone who would want to, like an Akpabio, want to tell you where the problem was, where he's at, and where he's taking us to. You understand? Because now you're asking him direct questions about development.
Which is the whole essence of the...
Yes. So I know he'll be more than glad. So the media is ready for a pure democratic media relationship with 𝐈𝐍𝐻 Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I can guarantee you that.
Okay. Yeah. You want to answer the other questions? Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon, Uncle Sonny.
Yes. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
What's your name?
Ifeanyi.
Your name is what?
Ifeanyi.
Okay, Ifeanyi. From where, please?
Yes, please. Okay, good. From 𝐒𝐭𝐴𝐍𝐻.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. I think I would want to more or less toe the line of the first caller. I think Peter from Ikorodu. He actually hit the nail. Because the fact remains that, with all due respect, Lagos has been opaque in terms of finances. And sometimes it's a bit laughable when you hear things like built Lagos and all. We live in this Lagos at least for several years, and we understand that all the major financial institutions and the blue chip companies naturally abode in Lagos. And we know the terms, in terms of revenue, what accrues to Lagos state government from these blue chip companies that you can't even find anywhere in Nigeria outside Lagos. So naturally, Lagos I wouldn't want to say runs on autopilot, yeah? But the fact remains that the humongous revenue vis-a-vis development on ground, it's not comparable to the other states. When I hear them compare Lagos with other states and all, it's quite funny. That being said, yeah, I also told the line of the second caller, or the last caller who talked about the media. I don't know how we want to vote for someone that has refused to talk to us, address us, debate, analyze your policies one-on-one to people, not through spokesmen or media guys and all that. We need to hear from the horse's mouth. Clear terms from your blueprint, analyze your blueprint, tell us these are the things you're going to do. We are suffering the consequences of this, ignoring the masses in this current government. I wouldn't want this to continue in the entire 4 years and probably 8 years to go. So these are things that Nigerians are yearning for. We need a leader that interacts, speak to us directly. We feel the impact of leadership from you, not this whole assembling best of media teams and all that, struggling to defend or trying to explain.
Right. You've spoken for so long, so let's leave it there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So I quite appreciate your comment on this, and like I said again, if the candidate or the committee feels that a particular report is going to be biased, or he doesn't feel that will help what they plan to do, that's not to say he has not gone around to talk to people. He has. He's had town hall meetings with the captains of industries. He's gone to villages. He's gone to people. He's done rallies. He's spoken. Like I talked about the one, I wish I had gotten the right organization that hosted that with four other candidates.
Yeah, first four candidates.
Yes, first four candidates.
NEM or something?
And he spoke for over 30 minutes. He spoke for over 30 minutes. All that are in the media space. So if you want it, things must not go the way we always want it to. If the candidate feels, sir, that this is my plan to success, do you understand? Feels this is my plan to succeeding, let me reach out to those who I feel will get this thing going.
Well, you do understand that the media is the fourth estate of the realm.
Completely.
And therefore, it's not an easily dismissible
No,
realm.
I'm not asking that you dismiss it.
Yeah.
Now, what they're saying are because he has refused to go to particular media debates. But you don't say particular ones. That's what you should stress. Not saying he hasn't gone or he hasn't gone and met with the people, because
so what you're saying, he has a right to decide which one he wants to go.
So it's your right to say, oh, I haven't heard him enough. Let me hear from him. Oh, let me hear. Is this how it's going to be when he comes in? And I'm telling you, no. You say, how do you know? Because whilst he was here as governor, serving, even the governors that have been, they always have time for media. You talk to the media, you tell them what your plans are, and all that. Then Lagos has never hidden how much they earn monthly. It's never been a hidden game. Even when you want to go take loans, bonds, they don't hide it. So I don't know.
I think the question really is that he has amassed so much.
Who?
Tinubu, as an individual. So, in that wise, can he explain to the world, to Nigerians, Lagosians, how he did that?
Okay, so I will only just say what he said during the interview.
Okay.
That he's a wealthy man. And he's wealthy. He has told you his source of wealth. If you don't believe that one, you see, my point is, when we keep doing this, we stray away from what we should be concentrating on. This is a man who has been a senator, walked through Mobile, become a senator, went through Nadeco, became a governor, and now we want us to, instead of you asking me, okay, what do you think he's going to do? We're now talking about what he did pre and post. So
what do you think he's going to do?
I already told you, first and foremost, in the simplest of all forms, encourage and empower states. Empower states, because the truth is we need development. And he has said it.
So he's going to devolve power from the center.
Devolve. Power must devolve.
From the center,
you decentralize. That's not to say you won't have a federal government. You decentralize. Now, it's not going to be so sweet for many to hear. many.
But will it be sweet for him? Because
Thank you.
If he wins and he
Now,
he
Asiwaju
keeps his
Bola Ahmed
promise on that.
Tinubu with everything is out to leave a lasting legacy. For me, Desmond Elliot, I see this as the last generation handing over to the next generation. That is how I see it as.
There's been hue and cry and debate about age as an issue.
It's
health
everywhere.
as an issue. And,
So I've been able to prove that he's not sick by telling you that a sick person will not be going around every day campaigning. Sir, flying, flights come with its own
strain.
stress. Flying every day, nights. Sometimes you see videos where he lands a state at night. By morning or afternoon, he's there campaigning. He's living there he will cross over. It's not doing like neighboring states. He flies from Maiduguri, like the other day was in Port Harcourt. He went all the way to Maiduguri. From Maiduguri, he came down to Oyo. From Oyo, he went to Borno, and he's not doing neighboring. He's going from place to place every day. And I ask myself, if this man was sick, by now, we will find representatives doing these things for him. He's not. So let's even leave that apart. Everywhere across the world, young people like myself who hope by the grace of God to get to a place but you must learn the ropes. Even in America today, I don't know if you heard it on CNN, was it yesterday? Where they were even complaining that they had too many old people in the system.
Yeah, well, what's his name? He's 80 now.
Yes.
Biden is 80.
They talked about Biden. Yeah. They talked about a lot of the legislators, in Congress and Senate, that most of them had spent 40-something years, 30-something years in governance. Come on. We, the younger ones, want to take over, give us the opportunity.
Which is what is also going on here.
Which is fine. So nobody is debating that. But you see, I'm always one who believes that if you want to transform something, start having pilot schemes. Start from pilot schemes.
Okay.
Do something. Oh, it worked when I did 3/4 of it. Let's expand. So that's my personal take.
Okay, we'll take this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Powerful voice. How are you? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Kanem. I'm calling here from Lagos. Just want to drop a quick one right on the man sitting down over there.
Yes.
My name is Desmond, sir.
His name is Desmond.
Desmond. I'm sorry about
Yes,
Desmond.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Desmond.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you just made a statement that the man is not sick, right?
Yes.
Yes, you have a right to say that.
Thank you, sir.
You're not his medical practitioner. You're not a doctor.
I'm not,
You know his health state.
Yes, sir.
But what we see in the media, what we see in the TV, if I see a man who is not healthy, we know. And it's very obvious. Yes, Tinubu is a great guy. Tinubu he's got brains. He's good. But if you know that seat, you need a healthy person to be there. If you know you're not strong enough, and why are you the supporters making him go through that stress? He doesn't need to be there. That's my take. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ekanem.
Thank you.
Can I just address that quickly?
Yes.
So I would say, I will first and foremost look at myself. I have a mother, I have a wife, I have friends. If anyone doesn't tell me the truth, these people should be able to tell me the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He has a wife who is God-fearing. And if the man was not strong enough, the wife would tell him, my husband, don't do this. What does she stand to gain?
Does he listen?
So, no, that's my point. So, why is she campaigning? So, I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm throwing it out there. If a man is as sick or is sick, like you say, would he be going around the country campaigning, still have time to do town hall meetings? So at what point will he now go and meet his doctor? Is it that 3-4 hours of sleep that the doctor will now inject something on him? I'm asking us. So please, let's discuss this. He has not missed one rally. He hasn't missed one in 36 states, and he's still doing this thing. So it is left to us.
Let me ask this question. Hello, good afternoon. take this call.
Yeah, good afternoon.
How are you?
My name is Frank. I'm very well, thank you.
Yes, go ahead.
My name is Franklin. I'm calling you from the island.
Yes.
Okay, sir. See, we need to be very clear with what we want for our nation. You understand? This is way beyond greed or way beyond, I don't know the right word to use now because I don't want to sell out anything at the public. But what I'm saying in essence is this. We want the best for our nation. I want to throw this question to you, Mr. Desmond.
Yes, sir.
You have a company that you took your time to build, and you want to hand over this company for some reason, and you want them managed. With the options we have for our presidential candidate, who would you have preferred if you were not a member of any political party from how they have sold themselves to us? I want you to address that. That's one, before they call me off.
Your time is up, actually, because I have less than 5 minutes.
Let's just listen to it.
All right. Let's have him answer that, because these persons have sold their manifestos to us. We are not kids. We are not stupid. We've heard them, and we've understood what they want to do. You are telling us, Mr. Desmond told us on air that they want to hand over from an older generation to a...
No, it's my personal take, sir. Please, don't. I'm not, like I said, I already established that I'm not speaking. This is me, Desmond, speaking personally. So it's my personal take, sir.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Noted, sir. Noted, sir.
Thank you.
So now...
Yes.
So let me answer your question. I like the fact that I use the company, and I would ask the new GM or MD, and I would look at what the MD has done. I would look at the longevity of his work, and I will look if he's self-sustaining. If my GM or my MD has to be carrying stones to build the company, then I will know. If my MD or GM has to use his head to get the right team to do the work and infuse people and train people that will live after him, and the MD wants to leave a legacy so that when he leaves, they say, when MD, this thing was there, this is what he did. Nobody's going to ask you if it was Franklin sitting down, Roosevelt sitting down on a wheelchair. They just want to know what Roosevelt did. And that is what we are talking about. Let's sell the ideas. Let's sell the work. Look at what this man has done and look at what he's doing. And look at, when we say Lagos State, we thank God that there is an openness of a convergence of tribes and tongues in Lagos to make it work. First and foremost, tribes and tongues. He's not saying Ibejuleki should be, because it's Ibejuleki, it should be only Yoruba people there. Most of the people there are of non-indigenous descent, and they are doing the work, and they are building homes. And come on, if he was government and it was government that wanted to do something terrible to those people, wouldn't he say, no, if you are this, you just find ways to cut corners? He's an all-embracing person, and that is how his person is. You can't even change him at this stage from being what he is not. So, Okay,
let me quickly take some WhatsApp. They've been sending so many messages. Well, I have to beg all of you. I couldn't take all of them because of the 1 hour.
I think, Uncle Sonny, I think because the truth is this: Nigeria needs, we all. So I'm speaking because it affects me as well. We all need that relief. We all need...
What relief?
Generally, life. Okay. Life is meant to be enjoyed.
Okay.
We want to... What are we asking for? We come outside, you have your nightlife, you come out, you take your cab or you take your taxi, you go home, you come back, you see your family, there's power, there's water. You just want to live. And let's all live. I want that. And I'm telling you that with this man, we can do it. We can achieve it. Actually, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is just here to leave a legacy. And that's it.
Okay, just I like the way you've rounded off. Just wanted to say, so many comments and questions were coming. There, somebody said your guest is dodging your questions. Like, is it right for one single candidate to spend so much money at home? Okay.
So much money at home.
Yeah. Please.
That's circumstantial.
We are going to vote and then we will make our vote heard.
By the grace of God, we
25th
will all
of
vote.
February. Yes.
By the grace of God. And I'm just going to ask for a peaceful elections, and we pray to God that God will give us a peaceful elections. And by the grace of God, we'll all be happy, at the end of the day.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you, Desmond,
Thank
because
you, Uncle Sonny.
when I didn't see you on the dot of 2, I said, "Oh my God, he's not coming."
No, Uncle Sonny, we talk and do. Okay, we talk and do. When we say we'll do something, we do it. It took me a while to think about it because I had to be very careful things I say because I think I'm not. There's no permission.
This is a volatile.
Yes, it's
environment.
the season is, so one has to be.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, you see, my being a legislator and my being in politics and coming out to the forefront is because I want my truth to be heard. So this is my truth.
Okay.
So hey,
I'm so happy because 6 days to the time we had Bola Ahmed about 3 weeks ago. We had 𝐜𝐭𝐴𝐻 last week, and then we're having, and we also
those
had
are spokesmen. Those are spokesmen. Me, I'm just a normal plantain
no,
seller.
you are an active politician.
I'm just an ordinary plantain seller from Surulere.
We also had the spokesman of 𝐈𝐍𝐻, Festus Okoye, and now Desmond. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Uncle Sonny.
And all
I'm
of
so
you
grateful.
who have been on this station and this program, I thank you all. Well, without you, the program can never be what it's supposed to be. So let's look forward to, you have your PVC, please go out there and vote. Okay? Vote your conscience, vote your mind.
Conscience, vote
all
your
right?
mind.
Thank you, and God bless.